208,000? 208,000? Are you mad? How? Listen, it's time. I asked you guys to send me your Spotify Wrapped, and I thought a few of you would. And it turns out a lot of you did. So I've been through them all, and it's time to cast some judgment on you guys' taste. In interest of fairness, here's mine. You'd have seen it on my reaction video already. There's some odd ones in there. J. Cole obviously taking the top spot. But now it's over to you guys. I picked some out of the hundreds that I had through. And I'm going to give my thoughts and maybe a little bit of roasting along the way. And make sure you stick through the end because we've got some madness coming up towards the end, trust me. If you're thinking about picking up a new headset over Christmas, I'd like to recommend this one. This is the Elite Pro 2 from Turtle Beach. They have cooling gel actually built into the ear cushion so I can wear them comfortably all day, which is an absolute lifesaver for me. Now, these are my personal favourite, but they have tons on offer. Click the link down in the description. Use my code, get yourself 10% off at checkout. This is my personal favourite, but they've got a huge selection. So click the link down in the description, get yourself 10% off with my code, and get yourself a new headset. Right, before we get into the roasting, listen, honestly, most of you guys' raps were like D Balon's here, a lot of Weekends on top, a lot of Kanye's on top, a lot of Mac Miller on top. You know, you men and women of culture. That's why you watch my channel. I understand. I appreciate it. And this is a strange one from Guna James. Okay, you look at the top artists: Kanye West, Frank Ocean, Tyler the Creator, Playboi Carti, and Drake. Nothing unusual there. Top songs: Pink and White, What's Your Name? Top genre: UK hip hop. What's going on Spotify? Who are really his top artists? I don't see anybody UK in there, as much as Drake might think he's from over here sometimes. An odd one, but you know, a solid start. Out the zoo then, what you got for me? Now this guy, you know, this guy is a nightmare. This guy's reckless. You know, when you got number 1 Slow Tie, you've got number 2 Playboi Carti, Thug, Travis Scott, and Future in there. He is just going wild the whole time. He's listened to over 100,000 minutes on Spotify this year, which means that he's either listening to music all day, every day, or he's going to sleep listening to Playboi Carti. That can't be good for your mental well-being. But still, I can't roast the taste here from Out the Zoo. I think it's a solid Wrapped. I wanted to pick this one out from Michael, not to roast it in fact, but because he's got Rico Nasty as number 1, and considering we were just talking about Carti, I actually was planning on doing a video on this, on how she's been treated by Carti's fans and how Carti needed to come out and has needed to come out and say something on social media to fix the situation, because the tweets that she was putting out from what she's been experiencing, not acceptable, absolutely not acceptable. In my day, if you didn't like the support act, you just hung out by the bar. But obviously these Playboi Carti fans are too young to even do that, and I guess the drinking age is different over in America, but regardless, I mean, they seem like such a great crossover in terms of the type of music that she delivers, the energy she would deliver on stage. So it's great to see somebody actually having Rico Nasty as their number 1 artist, and while his top genre is dance pop, and that wouldn't really fit with those top few artists there, I think Spotify Rap might be busted. Okay, a bit of culture here, a little bit of culture. I mean, the album art is still very off-putting, but look at this. Look at what my audience is out here listening to. We've got to respect this one. Arm & Hammer, Billy Woods, The Alchemist, Boldy James, West Side Gun, just culture. Culture all the way through that. Top genre, alternative hip-hop, correct Spotify. I agree with you. I don't like looking at that front cover, but Haram will be one of my albums of the year, so we have to give a shout out to Oblique Magic here for maybe the most cultured rap that I had throughout of the hundreds that I received. Well played, sir. Well played. Right, I didn't actually put a name to this one, but this is where the roasting begins. NF number 1. I can handle it. You know I'm not a fan. You know I think his music is terrible and basic, but I can handle it. If that's what... Listen, NF clearly speaks to some people on a deep level. They get a lot out of his music. Alright, I can't accept number 2. Tom McDonald. No. Listen, like I said, open-minded. Definitely open-minded over here. But Tom McDonald will warp your brain with his fucking bullshit. You can listen to whatever you want. I would just personally highly recommend choosing some different artists to listen to. You got Joyner Lucas there, an MGK. It's not the greatest raps I've ever seen, but I do worry if you're just drowning in NF, you're drowning in Tom McDonald. I'm worried about what that might be doing to your brain, and to be honest, that's a terrible top 2 artist to listen to. Who am I trying to kid, trying to be nice? Come on, that is awful. Listen, I didn't put his name in here because I didn't want you guys to go and attack him online. I know you wouldn't, but just in case. That's trash. That's trash. What you do is spending a whole year listening to that crap. Honestly, come on. This is mad. Not so much the list. Uzi, Carti, Joe Badass, Drake, Kanye West. Okay? Fine. I've seen that before. I saw that many times going through the list. But we need to look at these minutes, guys. 191,672 minutes. 191,000. I repeat it. 191,672 minutes. Let's just do a bit of maths, because that sounds like a big number, right? So 191,672. We divide that by 60 to get a total number of hours. 3,194 hours. We're going to divide that by 24. 133 straight days of listening to Lil Uzi Vert, Playboy Carti, Joey Badass, Drake, and Kanye West. But what is your number one song? I mean, it's an amazing song, a wonderful song. Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst. 191 minutes, 133 days of listening to music, and that's your number one song. Who's listening to Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst that much? That's mental. You're just going to sleep with that track on loop. Again, I don't think that's good for your mental well-being. Listen, shout out N1KWR. You're a music fan, there's no denying that. There's some quality on there, so I'm not even going to roast your taste, but 191,000? But guys, that's actually not the most I've seen. Stick around, stick around. Oh dear, Adam. Oh dear. Listen, we'll let you off Avicii. Rest in peace to Tim. Polo G. You know I'm not a huge fan. Ed Sheeran, dude. Ed Sheeran. You listen to Ed Sheeran that much? Dave, respect. And then MGK, who... Listen, I don't hate him as much as other people, but I can't co-sign your list, man. Adam, I can't co-sign your list. I'm very sorry. Having Verdanskin in the fire in your top 5, though, big respect. Having Shivers by Ed Sheeran. I mean, I'm so used to not being able to walk off camera because I've normally got a green screen behind me. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. This isn't my big recording studio. That's the other place that I record. But I actually could have then. I actually could have just walked out of that door, and perhaps I should have. Top genre grime. I don't think Spotify knows what grime is, to be honest. I don't hear any grime on there unless it's those Ed Sheeran tracks where he's trying to rap. Shivers in your top 4. But Demba AFC8, number 1 Meek Mill. Surely the only person out there with Meek Mill as his number 1 artist. Listen, Meek Mill's a great rapper. That was the only person. And this was the only rap where I saw Meek Mill as number 1. In fact, it was the only time I saw those two words together on anybody's raps in the hundreds and hundreds I went through. You keep supporting your man, but Demba AFCA. He's not bad, but it surprises me. It definitely surprises me. Alright, now we get into the madness. Now we get into the real madness. The Black Eyed Peas propaganda is listened to 193,619 minutes. Again, we're talking, 133 days, similar to the other one. Number 1 artist, Black Eyed Peas. Number 2 artist, will.i.am, from the Black Eyed Peas. Number 3 artist, Fergie, from the Black Eyed Peas. Number 2 song, I Got a Feeling. 193,000 minutes. I mean, I have to think it's fake somehow, but I just don't know. If it is, it's a very, very fine Photoshop job, because they've even got the weird way that the underground hip hop, by the way, it has to be fake. It has to be fake. I don't want it to be fake, honestly, because if there's somebody out there putting that much effort into loving the Black Eyed Peas, then what a wonderful thing, man. I forgot to bring up the graphic. In the 0.001 percentile of Black Eyed Peas fans. That has to mean the number 1 Black Eyed Peas fan in the world. Surely nobody's listening to this fucking awful music as much as this. Imagine listening to I Got a Feeling for days on end. Your brain would just fucking rot. It would just start leaking out of your ears. How long do you reckon, answers in comments, that you could listen to I Got a Feeling on a loop for? That's a Mr. Beast challenge if ever I heard one. I don't reckon I could do an hour. If I really had to, like something serious was on the line, I reckon I could do 6 hours. And here I am going through all of these raps from you guys, and thank you for sending them all in, you mad lads. I think I found Fantano's. Look at this. Death Grips, Kendrick Lamar, Brockhampton. Maybe not so much with Kanye and Denzel Curry. Only 22,000 minutes listened. I know he uses Apple Music mainly, so maybe I reckon it's a Fantano burner, to be honest. And he's out there not telling anybody about his Spotify account, but still getting his Death Grips in. I respect it a lot. Duckworth is number 1 song. Madness. Oh, I had to include this one from Estera. What on Earth? The weirdest top 2 artists that I've seen. The Persona 5 original soundtrack. Listen, I hear it's great. In fact, I've actually heard some of it. It's kind of like jazzy. It's actually pretty cool. I could totally understand why somebody would actually spend hours listening to that. But number 2 is Pete and Baz. I'm also not roasting Pete and Baz. I love Pete and Baz. But I was not expecting to see those two next to each other. That is the most random shit I think I've ever seen. I don't know what Kawaii Sprite is. or on cue or on Lin, so maybe that's a whole genre of music I can explore in the future on my channel, or maybe not. You must be the only person in the world that has those two as their top artists, and for that, I just respect it. I respect your personal choice. Isn't that what Persona's all about? Finding your inner self? I don't know. I've never played through one of them. It's like 100 million hours. All right, to wrap up Wrapped Roasted for 2021, we have this absolute maniac, Santito 1X. There's one more crazy thing after that as well, so keep watching. 208,000 minutes. Calculator time. XXX Tentacion, NF Joji, Fora, and Pao Fu. But 208,000 minutes divided by 60 equals. That's 3,471 hours of listening in a year, in a calendar year. That is 144 days. 144.6 days. Solid. That was by far the most amount of minutes that I'd seen. Most people were under 100k. Most people were around the 40 to 50k mark. Some people commented that mine was a little low. I get that, but if you think about it, say I'm doing an album reaction in a day, I've got an hour of Spotify, and I'm editing, I've got 7 to 8 hours. I can't have Spotify on. I can't listen to music during that time. 208,000? 208,000? Are you mad? How? And talking of how, this has to be the most maniac thing that I've seen, and amongst some serious maniacs out here. J-Wit, NC, his top song was On That Time by Playboi Carti. Fine, okay. It's probably many people's top song. Let's have a listen for 2 seconds so we don't get copyrighted. That one. You remember it from Whole Lot of Red? I didn't, to be honest, but it's that one. He's played it 3,531 times, guys. 3,531 times. Now, it's a short song. It's a 1 minute 40 song. It's actually 1 minute 42. 98 hours of listening to On That Time by Playboi Carti. This is one song, remember, which translates to 4 solid 24-hour days. Day and night solid in 1 year. How in the fuck is that even possible? J-Wit NC, you win the 2021 JD the Prophet Wrapped Roasted Award for absolute madness. I don't know what the prize is. Maybe something from Turtle Beach. I'll contact you because what the fuck, guys? I thought I'd listen to Verdansk a lot by Dave. Turns out I'd only listened to it 28 times. Now I think that's a little under. I actually think it's more like 50. But I feel like I've listened to that song a lot. 3,500? Absolute maniac. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love doing this. Look out for it again next year. There'll be more awards next year. I only just thought of this and did it all in one day. Next year we'll do it properly. There'll be awards, there'll be different titles. We'll make it a whole big thing. Let me know down in the comments your craziest stats, what you've seen. Make sure you can still keep sending me your raps if you want on the Twitter threads. Make sure you're following me on there. And guys, thank you again. Look out for more 2021 end of year videos come up in the next couple of weeks. And I'll catch you all very soon, alright? Peace.